At least 2 people were killed after a helicopter with 6 people on board crashed into the East River off Manhattan on Sunday night, the authorities said. Witnesses said they saw a red helicopter rapidly descend near the north end of Roosevelt Island, which is between Manhattan and Queens, and plunge into the river shortly after 7 p.m. Emergency responders, including divers with the New York Police Department and fire rescue boats, were searching for survivors. Eric Phillips, a spokesman for Mayor Bill de Blasio, said at least 2 people were killed and another person had been rescued. Divers were still searching for other passengers, he said. The United States Coast Guard said in a statement that 6 people were on board. 1 person was rescued by a tugboat, it said. People who witnessed the crash said they saw emergency responders pull 1 person out of the water, a man who was wrapped in a white blanket, and place him in an ambulance at about 8 p.m. About an hour later, 3 people were taken out of the water and placed on stretchers. Their conditions were not immediately known, but emergency responders were performing CPR on them. A spokeswoman for the Federal Aviation Administration identified the helicopter as a Eurocopter AS-350, a single-engine helicopter that can hold up to 6 passengers. A fire department spokesman said that after the crash, the helicopter was tied up to a tugboat. Stephen P. Davis, the chief spokesman of the New York Police Department, said the helicopter was a commuter helicopter and that a tugboat would likely take it to the East 34th Street heliport. Qadiriya Melkhan was walking in Carl Schurz Park on the Upper East Side of Manhattan when she said she spotted the helicopter descend into the water. Because it was red, she said she first thought it was a fire department helicopter. After it crashed, it flipped over, its landing skids pointing into the air, she said. Moments later, a passenger emerged and began shouting for help before it sank below the surface, she said. Another witness, Xinran Zhang, who lives on Roosevelt Island with her husband, said that helicopters zoom over the East River all the time, but the red helicopter immediately caught their attention shortly after 7 p.m. While it showed no obvious signs of trouble, such as smoke or erratic flying, it was flying at a low altitude and rapidly descending. It almost looked like it was landing, Ms. Zhang, who watched the crash from her bedroom window, said in an interview. It wasn't moving fast. We were curious where it was going to land. Then the next minute, it was diving into the river. The couple immediately called 911 and soon saw what appeared to be a tugboat move toward the crash site, searching for people who were on board.